So what if I told you that our mindset defines our future? That the success isn't about how smart you are or where you come from or even how much money you have. It's really all about your mindset. And I know this because I've lived it. I grew up in this small town and we didn't have a lot of money. The house I lived in was literally falling down around us. And there were some nights where the wind was blowing so hard that I could feel the walls shake. And I remember thinking to myself sometimes, is this it? Is this all that life's going to be? And maybe you felt the same way. Like, no matter how hard you try, you just can't change your situation. But here's what I've learned. Your circumstances don't define your future. Your mindset does. That lesson took me from a broken down house to the Marine Corps. It helped me in real estate, even when I lost money on a deal. And today I'm going to share 3 key lessons about mindset that I believe can help you push through any challenge in your life. So let's go ahead and get started. Number 1, growth mindset versus fixed mindset. Now let me ask you something. Have you ever tried something new, you fail, and then you thought, I guess I'm not just good at this? If you have, you're not alone. But that way of thinking is called the fixed mindset, believing that you're not naturally good at something and you never will be. But the opposite is the growth mindset, which means believing that even when you're bad at something, you can become better. Now, when I joined the Marine Corps, I wasn't the biggest, I wasn't the strongest. I saw guys that looked like superheroes drop out because they thought they weren't cut out for this. But the guys who made it, those that had the heart, those who weren't always the fastest or the smartest, they were the ones that refused to quit. They told themselves, I might not be great today, but I will be tomorrow. And that's the difference between success and failure. It isn't the talent, but it's the mindset. I mean, think about it like this. When something is hard, do you give up or do you see it as a chance to grow? And number 2, we got to reframe that failure. Most people think failure is a sign to stop. But let me tell you something. Failure isn't the end. It's just part of the process. And I remember one of the biggest real estate mistakes that I ever made. I had bought this duplex in North Carolina and I thought it was going to be a great investment. But I overpaid and I was losing money every single month. And then a flood caused over $10,000 in damage. And by the time I sold it, I had lost over $20,000. Now, most people are going to say, well, I guess that was just bad, that I was just bad in real estate. But I didn't quit. I kept asking myself, what can I learn from this? And then I figured out how to properly analyze the deals and how to prepare for those emergencies. Because that's what most successful do. They fail, they learn, and they keep going. And so let's go ahead and get moving on to number 3. Number 3, daily discipline. And here's the secret about motivation. It's never going to last. If you only do things when you feel like it, you're never going to go very far. That's why success isn't about motivation, and it's about discipline. In the Marines, we didn't feel motivated to train, but we got up every single day and we worked through it. And the same thing applies in life. If you want to be a great student, don't wait until the night before the test to study. If you want to be a great athlete, train even when you're tired. And if you want to be successful with money, start learning about it before you need it. Mindset and discipline go hand in hand, but the small things you do is going to define who you become. So I'm going to ask you, what is one habit you could start today in order to grow? And let's go ahead and wrap it up with this. Make sure, number 1, you adopt a growth mindset. See what those challenges are. Number 2, you reframe that value. And number 3, build the discipline to move forward. Remember, if a kid from West Virginia can grow to multi-millions, you can definitely do the same thing. So I'm going to leave you with one last question. How will you start thinking differently today?